Week 18 of the regular season brought more drama than many of us had anticipated.
Season-ending heartbreak for the Ravens again.
With the 14-team playoff field set, how about we dive into our wildcard round edition of the 2025 NFL Power Rankings. For 14, Carolina Panthers, last time's ranking 15. The Panthers owe an outstanding debt of gratitude to the Atlanta Falcons. After blowing their own opportunity to clinch the NFC South with a loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Panthers were saved with the Falcons' victory over the New Orleans Saints. Incredibly, Carolina won the NFC South on a three-way tiebreaker over the Bucs and Falcons. So ends an 8-year playoff drought, with the Panthers also claiming their first division title since 2015. Not that anyone will give Carolina much of a chance. I mean, a minus 69-point differential, a mushy middle defense. Yeah, it'd be a shocker if they even advanced the divisional round. The Panthers' reward for winning the NFC South is a home clash with the Los Angeles Rams, a team that many view as the team to beat in the NFC. But remember, Carolina beat LA here back in Week 13, recording 2 interceptions off of Matthew Stafford. But hey, whatever happens, returning to the playoffs is special enough for Carolina. Number 13, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 12. With the 7th seed locked up, the Packers widely played it safe and sat the starters against the Minnesota Vikings. So, with the Bears and Eagles both falling on Sunday, Green Bay was assigned a trip to Chicago for the wildcard round. We'll assume most Packers fans are happy with that. Jordan Love is 0-3 against the Eagles, but hey, 4-2 against the Bears with 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. The Bears aren't a joke anymore, but this is certainly a more favorable wildcard matchup than, well, when they had to take on the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field last year. Chicago might be a slight favorite here, but there is a lot of pressure on Green Bay as well. A third one and done in their last 4 playoff trips would not reflect well on Matt LaFleur. Number 12, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 13. Hey, congrats to Mike Tomlin's squad on barely gutting out the AFC North Division crown. The turbulent season culminated in a 10-7 finish, which was enough to secure a home playoff game. Aaron Rodgers' career lives to fight on at least another week. Next obstacle, the Houston Texans. This will be the first playoff meeting between the two franchises. Having spent the bulk of his career in the NFC, Rodgers and Houston have very little familiarity. Pittsburgh may have the advantage at quarterback, but Houston unquestionably has the better defense. Something we'll have to give when they meet on Monday night. Number 11, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 11. Instead of fighting for wildcard seeding, the Chargers played it safe and rested several key starters against the Denver Broncos. With the Bills and Texans both winning, the Bolts fell to the number 7 seed and must take on the second-seeded Patriots at Gillette Stadium. Finishing 11-6 was no small feat for Jim Harbaugh's squad, given the ridiculous amount of injuries they had to deal with, especially on the offensive line. So now, we see if Justin Herbert can finally get that long-awaited first playoff win. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 8. The Eagles also chose to play it safe in the regular season finale, despite an opportunity to move up to the number 2 seed. Decide amongst yourselves if this is the right call, but Philly surely would have preferred a playoff game against the Packers over the 49ers. It certainly wasn't pretty for the defending Super Bowl champions this year, but despite a roller coaster of a ride, they finished 11-6 to claim the NFC East crown. As always, it's championship or bust in Philadelphia. Number 9, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 4. Just an utter embarrassment. San Fran needed one more win at home to secure the NFC's top seed and first-round bye. Instead, they were humiliated 13-3 by the Seahawks in their own barn, coughing up the NFC West and home advantage. The 49ers also get a matchup against a vulnerable Philadelphia Eagles squad in the wildcard round. Philly's run defense was a weakness, and it doesn't get scarier than Christian McCaffrey. As the defending champs with home advantage, the pressure is on Philly here. Number 8, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 10. A blowout victory over the Arizona Cardinals, coupled with a 49ers loss to Seattle, allowed the Rams to jump into the number 5 seed. That means the luxury of playing the NFC South champion. Matthew Stafford put a nice finishing touch on the regular season campaign, finishing as the NFL leader in both passing yards with 4,707 and touchdowns with 46. Anything less than an NFC championship will be a letdown for Sean McVay's squad. Number 7, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 6. We know they had the NFC North locked up already, but man, you don't want to go into the postseason on a 2-game losing streak, especially when your wildcard opponent has far more playoff experience. So, after a thrilling regular season under rookie head coach Ben Johnson, the Bears have locked in their first division crown since 2018. Now it's time to win win the franchise's first playoff game since 2010. Number 6, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 9. The Bills reminded everyone just how bad the New York Jets are, blowing out Gangrene 35-8 despite resting their top players. With the Chargers happily conceding a defeat to the Broncos, Buffalo moved up to the number 6 seed to set up a showdown with Jacksonville. The 12-5 Bills certainly weren't that flashy compared to previous teams in the Josh Allen-Sean McDermott era. At any rate, Josh Allen is a renowned wildcard round master, having won his last 5 opening round matchups. But none of those opponents will be tougher than the 13-win Jacksonville Jaguars, folks. Ask us, Buffalo versus Jacksonville is the premier matchup of wildcard weekend. Number 5, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 7. Well, the Texans could not enter this postseason any hotter. Houston was supposed to be done for when it dropped its first 3 games, but even a mid-season injury to CJ Stroud could not stop D'Amico Ryans' squad, who closed out the year on a 9-game winning streak. The 12-5 mark stands as the second best in franchise history, behind only the 2012 team that went 12-4. Houston finished number 1 in total defense and scoring defense, and had the 3rd most takeaways. Finishing as the top wildcard team means a favorable first-round matchup against the Aaron Rodgers-led Steelers. Let's see if Houston can hold off the 4-time MVP, and if the A version of CJ Stroud will show up. Number 4, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 5. The Jaguars put a beautiful final stamp on their AFC South division winning season with a 41-7 blowout win over the lowly Tennessee Titans. We'll go ahead and assume that the Jags would have preferred a different wildcard opponent, but their obstacle to an Elite 8 appearance is Josh Allen and the Bills. Liam Cohen's first season was nothing short of special. Trevor Lawrence is 2-1 against Josh Allen. But, well, I mean, the Bills crushed Jacksonville 47-10 in their most recent meeting in Week 3 of the 2024 campaign. The Jags had the better regular season and have more advantage, but it would be quite a statement to the rest of the AFC if they eliminated the conference's best quarterback in the wildcard round. Number 3, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 3. The Chargers gave the Broncos a very kind gift, a guaranteed Week 18 win by sitting Justin Herbert. That means the AFC rides through Denver, who went on to play in the Super Bowl the last 2 times that they held the number 1 seed. First round bye also means that Denver will play its first home playoff game since, the 2015 AFC Championship game, when Peyton Manning beat Tom Brady in their final showdown before winning Super Bowl 50. The Patrick Surtain-led defense did most of the heavy lifting to secure a 14-win season for the Broncos. Now we wait and see who travels to Mile High City in the divisional round. Number 2, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 2. They may not have the number 1 seed, but Drake May and the Pats still require 2 home wins to reach the AFC Championship game. Just 2. 243 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns led New England to a 38-10 blowout win over Miami. Patriots locked down the number 2 seed over the Jaguars, though the Chargers' benching of star players meant handing the number 1 seed to Denver. Pats fans are probably feeling lucky that they avoided the Bills in the wildcard round. Jim Harbaugh's Chargers aren't slouches though, but still, the injuries on the O-line really give Mike Vrabel a much easier path here. May had a surprising MVP caliber season in his sophomore year. Vrabel will likely lock up Coach of the Year honors with Sunday's blowout win over Miami. Goodwill built up to this point could end very quickly though if they lose to the Bolts. Pats have to stay locked in and focused. Go out there and get them. Number 1, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 1. Seattle made one more big-time regular season statement to cap off a tremendous second season under Mike McDonald. The Hawks can also send the Vikings one giant thank you basket for choosing J.J. McCarthy over Sam Darnold. Seattle defense put up a Legion of Boom-like performance in their Week 18 shellacking of the 49ers on the road. That meant securing the NFC West title for the first time since 2020. And, by the way, Seattle went to the Super Bowl the last 3 times that it occupied the NFC's top seed. Darnold is on fire. Jackson Smith-Njigba won his first receiving crown. Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet can both take over a game at any given point. And the defense, well, it hasn't looked this good since, the peak of the Legion of Boom in the mid-2010s. All McDonald's Seahawks need now are 2 home wins to reach the NFC Championship game. If the Panthers, Bears, and Eagles somehow all win on wildcard weekend, then Seattle will have a clear as day path to Super Bowl 60. For now, they can reflect on a surprisingly successful 2025 regular season and rest up their bodies. It was a nice 4-month grind to get to this point, but there is plenty of work ahead in Emerald City. But hey, who do you think will win Super Bowl 60? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.